Welcome back to my channel, everybody. If you watched my last video, you know I was super stoked to get my G.I. Joe Classified series, the ones I pre-ordered in February. Originally, Amazon sent me a notice telling me that they were going to be super late, and maybe like end of July for one of them, middle of June, into June. And then the next thing you know, 2 days after I was supposed to get them, they popped up and they were shipped. And they were supposed to be like next couple of days or whatever, but they got here pretty quick, so I'm pretty stoked about that. So here's my vintage Scarlet figure. As you can see, this one has like the bow and arrow, and it looks like it's in pretty decent shape, right? There is a little bit of breakage in the front there, but so I have this figure. This is my Scarlet figure, but I also have the straight arm Scarlet, right? This is the one that doesn't have any movement right here. The only problem with this is she got really nervous and bit too much of her nails. There's a toy Ploy where he does, he fixes toys. I'm gonna see if I can bring this one back to life by adding fingers and thumbs and maybe doing a repaint, because that's a figure we're saving. Anyways, let's talk about the Scarlet figure. Here's the box, the figure in the box. You can see she's got a few different knives, and she's got her crossbow, and she's pretty good. She's got yellow and blue and gray and some red. Looks pretty good. Here's the front panel artwork. She's the number 5 figure, and she's got her own action artwork. She's got her martial arts up here, stealth, right? She's parachuting, it looks like. Looks pretty good. And of course on the back is the colorful artwork where we have some of the other characters. So let's open this one up and take a look at it. Okay, now that we got this figure open, let's take a look at some of the accessories. This of course is one of the knives that it comes with. It's got the curved handle. It's kind of nice. That's for close quarters, I'm guessing. Then you got 2 identical ones of these, right? So those are pretty nice. Then of course, Scarlet wouldn't be Scarlet without her crossbow, and it's kind of like the Chewbacca crossbow from Star Wars where it comes in 2 pieces. So when you put it together, it looks pretty good. I'm just hoping that it doesn't like fall apart too easily when you got the figure displayed. You know what would be really cool with a figure like this is if it was built with some sort of like an arrow sticking out or something like that, or some type of an arrow, kind of like how the original one was that you laid across the top, but there was no arrow in there. So let's take a look at the figure. The face sculpt's pretty good. The hair looks nice. It's got like this little hair that's really soft that hangs down in front of the face. It's got the ponytail. It's got like some flexibility in it. Let's hope this one doesn't break off like some of the Marvel Legends ones. There was the Elektra figure, the ponytail used to pop out. But this is pretty good. She's got her shoulder pad on that side. She's got her sheath. Now this is for the curved blade, this one. So that one's for the curved blade, and the reason I know that is because I've already taken a look at this backpack right here, and this is the one that would hold the arrows. And see, there's not like a loose arrow or anything, or any quivers or anything like she could break away. But you see that there's 2 like sheaths on either side. So these knives actually go into the backpack, right, to give her a little extra weapons. And since we had that kung fu look on the side of the package, then we assume that she's kind of hand-to-hand, trained in hand-to-hand combat. So I mean like martial arts style. So she could definitely do like a 2-handed knife fight similar to Tommy Lee Jones and Steven Seagal in Under Siege. The boots look pretty good. I like the color tone on it. They look really good. And just like the other figure, she's got the same bending, the hip. She's got the full flex, right? She's got the upper waist joint, lower waist joint. She's got the arms that rotate, And she does have that new little piece in there behind the shoulder, behind this hip that kind of moves a little bit. If you can kind of see it, there's a little extra piece in there that gives these, well, she doesn't really have that ability to reach back as far. And this is a molded piece, but of course this belt is loose to hang free, and this shoulder thing hangs free, and I'm sure it could come off if you were tired of like having that on there. But talking about the crossbow again, I just set it down and it's in 2 pieces. So what I did with my Chewbacca was that I actually super glued those together, those 2 pieces, so they just wouldn't come apart. But she looks, there you go. But this figure does look really good, and I have to admit, I'm very happy with the way Hasbro is coming out with their figures for this G.I. Joe Classified series. They could also do a re-release, I think, of the 3.5-inch figures. I think people would be happy with that. They could do something similar to the vintage collection that they're doing for Star Wars. So anyways, that is Scarlet. And you can see how she compares in height to the other 2. She's about the same height as Snake Eyes, and of course a little bit shorter than Roadblock. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and you can like my other videos. And of course I did a Roadblock video and I did a Snake Eyes video if you want to check those out. Thanks everybody.